Hello. Whoa. Just open that and make sure it's not going to explode everywhere. Must have the beverage. I set this up at the last minute, so don't be surprised. I'm probably just going to be talking to the wind for a bit, which is fine by me. Today is basically cleanup day. Every now and again, you have to stop. Oh, I want that one. I need that one still out. Every now and again, I have to stop. Look at all the shit that's on that shelf. This is all my work in progress shelf, right? Every now and again, you have to stop, look what's on the shelf, figure out where you're at, and then just get your shit. I got to get shit cleaned up. That's what I'm doing today. What's that one? Oh, I know what that one is. Got to get a few things cleaned up. It's not going to take long. Hi, somebody's here. If you can hear me. I'm not sure because some stuff on StreamYard changed. I am 99% sure that sound is working properly, but if for some reason, I don't know why I'm asking. If you can hear me, please say so. Thank you, Moira. I am just, today is just, like I said, I scheduled this about 20 minutes ago. So I don't know if people are going to find their way in later, but it's, I scheduled, I don't have anything in particular that I have to get done today. Actually, today's a good day. Today's a good day if, hey, I've been wondering how to do it's not stress. Today is a good day if it's like, I really want to see an example of how blah is done. Today's a good day for requests. I should just say it. Okay, that's green. Green. So what I've got going on right here, I got a few bags that started but not finished for one reason or another. So I'm just going to finish them up. I'm going to get them finished so they can be strung. Basically what happens is I'm down to one or two bags left. Like this is, it's not a huge ton of work, but it's going to take a few minutes, right? I'm down to one or two bags left. Dog starts barking, something. I get up, I deal with it, and then something else happens. Like, maybe it's happening like right before Lisa comes home or something, right? So it's like, oh, the dog is barking. That's fine. The dog is barking, so maybe I just gotta. This is the fun part. Well, it's not the fun part. This is why whenever I'm doing a batch, I will sort by color first because I want the top stitching to match in some way, shape, or form. But every now and again, I just have to stop and. Like I said, I'll get distracted for whatever reason. Usually Lisa comes home. Oh hey, I picked up some groceries on the way home. I need you to come help me bring them in. Oh okay, up I get. And then next thing I know, I'm not getting back to it the way I need to. So it's like, oh, I'll do it later. I'll grab that next time. You know how that goes. But anyway, so I am just going to be going through my pile here. I'm going to pull out the quick stuff. A lavender-filled sleep pillow. Oh, lavender-filled sleep pillow. Super, super easy. How big do you want? Did you hear that? That ratcheting sound? That's a crow outside. We have some a lavender-filled sleep pillow. Super easy. What I will suggest, we don't have any lavender. We have rice. I could do a similar. The biggest tip for lavender crumbles. It crumbles up into like a fine dust. So I always have something in reach. This is the same flannel. This is the flannel that this is me showing. This is me. There's Sheila digging a hole to China. This is good, but line your pillow with something. sew in your lavender and then make your pillow around it, because if you don't have a lining, then eventually the weave, the unless you use like a non-woven, this is woven, right? So eventually the little bits of lavender will crumble down and eventually starts coming through the edge. So making a yeah, that's non-woven. That's basically is this woven? Oh, this is woven. If you're not sure if something's woven, just hold it up to some light. And do I have a light? Of course I don't. God knows I've got everything else in here. Yeah, let's see if I can force the camera to show you this. Yeah, see the lines? It's woven, right? Non-woven, of course I fuck up the camera. Just ask at your nearest fabric store, but non-woven is best. What's non-woven? Oh, you know what would even work? This is my interface. This is the interfacing that I use, right? This is a non-woven interfacing. So this is a non-woven. Now this has got an adhesive on it, right? But if you were to get a piece of sew-in interfacing, and it's usually pretty cheap, if you were to get a piece of sew-in interfacing, just do it like ravioli, okay? Well, you sew two sides, stuff it as full of your stuff as you want it, and then you see me wrestle with pillows, and then just wrestle it in. Even do it by hand if you need to, because this is going to be in the inside. Nobody's going to see it. So something that is any fabric that is breathable, like you're not going to want to put it inside a plastic bag, right? Any fabric that's breathable, that's advertised as non-woven, will let you. And like I said, I would just go sew, fill it up. So you don't this inside one doesn't have to be perfect, because you can get interfacing. You can get, there's a whole lot of fabrics that you can get that are meant to be lining fabrics that are very, very thin and easy to work with. But yeah, I'm just going to overstate it for an hour. I'm bored. Not bored. I haven't seen you guys in a while, so I'm a little hyper about that. It's like, oh my God, I haven't been alive in like forever. But yeah, the flannelette will work, because it's got the fuzzies to hold. That fuzziness will help trap those little pieces. So the flannelette will work. Regular quilt batting will work. And even a piece of regular fabric, like this is still woven. It's broadcloth. It's fairly thin. Maybe do a couple of layers. Maybe double it first and then fold it down, then make your pouch. Just anything to slow down those bits. But after that, you're just making a pillow in the size that you want. Hi, Gail. Working on a ghost mini quilt. Ooh, 505 spray it's pricey, but it's awesome. I've got 505 spray here. Just remember, yeah, old flannel, perfect. Fold it in half, make your little pouch. And because if you're going to use old flannel, it's going to be soft enough that you don't have to worry about it being whatever. And then you just build your pillow around it. Hey, I should pick a design. I'll pick that one. I should also put on some gloves. Can you believe this? Look how filthy those gloves are. I got great news. I've been waiting. I've got my coffin quilt ready to go, right? And I've got also a smaller one that's going to be I've got a smaller one. Oh my God, it's buried. I've got a smaller one that's going to be a throw size. And I've, by the way, if you screw up, I did 2 stitches. I did 2 stitches before I remembered to do a pattern. But because I already know that I'm going to be flipping it and finishing it, those 2 stitches are going to be irrelevant, because if I'd have done a whole half line, I'd be picking out stuff. But because I only got like one and a half stitches done, I can just add my pattern and keep going. But yeah, that'll work. That'll work for exactly what you want. Come on, why do I have a piece of green in there? Okay. But anyway, what the fuck's going on? My big machine, I've been waiting. Okay, this here is your throat. This here is what people are talking about when they say the throat, right? So I'm doing the big blanket. I'm doing the big blanket. It's going to be full size, but I've got to stitch. I've got to quilt the whole thing. So I've got to be able to roll up all the excess. Like once I get to the middle, I've got to be able to roll up all that excess, and it's going to have to go through here. My Janome, it was finally my turn, and they just fixed it yesterday. It's all done. I'm picking it up on Saturday, so I'll be able to finish the quilt. I can do the little quilt, but there's no reason not to wait, right? So I'll be able to get that big quilt done, which is going to be fucking awesome. So I get to get that done. That gets to be finished. I got to check this. Every now and again. Oh, I know what I need to do. You know what I need to do? Okay. Decorative stitches are amazing, but depending on, most machines are really picky about it. And if your machine's in need of a cleaning, your decorative stitches can be a bit of a problem, can start going wonky. I need to clean my machine. So I think that's what we're going to be playing at today. I have a feeling I'm taking apart my machine and cleaning it, but even if your machine needs a cleaning, unless it starts giving you real problems, a slightly-ish, dirty-ish machine, if you're just doing basic straight stitching, is usually okay. That's how come people can end up, if you just do straight stitching and don't do anything else, you can end up with a machine that's like 6 months overdue for a cleaning and not even know that there's a problem. Anyway, getting my Janome back this weekend. It's got this area here, the throat is like way bigger. So I will be able to, it'll be a lot easier and a lot more comfortable for me to finish that quilt on that machine than this machine, which is why I decided to wait. That's the punchline. So with that in mind, I am super happy. Oh, it took 3 months. Only took 3 months to get that done. So I will be starting that. I will be starting the big quilt. The big quilt's going in a, I'm doing a giveaway on the big one. And I believe, okay. You know what? If the sewing machine gods tapped me on the shoulder and said, you can only have one machine for the rest of your life, it would be this one. I would stick with this one. The Janome is really nice. It's not really limited. Yeah, 3 months. That's how long it takes. And you have to schedule it. So you schedule, and they don't have the space to keep machines for that length of time. So you schedule it, and then you drop off your machine the weekend. You can drop off your machine the weekend before and then go pick it up after. But yeah, did that finally pop out? Yay. So there we go, black. So I'm sure that there's a service I could have paid extra for, but I like these guys. I like the quality of their work. I've shown up with machines that were if something goes wonky on your machine, right, then you got to get it done. They always fix the automatic threader, so that's always working when I get it back. This one here, the Janome, the timing was all, I don't know if you guys remember, but the timing was all messed up. So there was that. And when the timing got messed up, when you get into the machine, the spot where the bobbin sits, is where you take that out. That little piece that comes out, that little plastic piece that comes out, it was chewed up on the bottom. And I told them that. I said, well, this is all chewed up. I don't know what I need to do here. They could have told me anything, and I'd be like, oh, okay, that's what I'll do then. And they never even told me that I needed it replaced, because I don't. Plans for this weekend. What did I do there? Our plans for the weekend is to go get the machine. I'm going to go get my machine, and then I'm going to. What's going on? Well, I'm not allergic to you. What you do, Matt? I'm itching like I've just had a dog in my face, but nothing's going on. Shayla's behind me. We don't have a lot of plans this weekend. We're gonna run out. We're gonna run out and go get my machine. The place I take it to, Tom's Sewing, by the way, in case you know somebody local. And they ask, take the decorative stitch off. Back stitch first. We're gonna go get the machine. Lisa's got a live stream. Lisa's doing a live stream tomorrow morning. It's a 3-day weekend for us, though. We have a 3-day weekend this week, so go get the machine. I am probably that blanket is bigger. That blanket is it's probably a double when you really get down to it. It's probably a double. What's going on? Why is that still stuck? It's probably a double. So we are gonna have to use a weekend day because I'm gonna have to get Lisa to help me line everything up, and I have 3 days too. Plus I took the day off. Oh, that's all. Oh yeah, same. Yeah. Truth and Reconciliation Day. So I don't know what we're doing. I don't think we have any particular plans. We're probably just going to relax because, I have to say it because there's an explanation, but I had a shit week because my girl dog, Shayla, decided to get a tummy bug of some kind. So thank God they're puppy pad trained. Because she was pooping every hour on the hour for like the last 2 or 3 days. So that's why you haven't seen me on a live. I was gonna go live on Tuesday, and it's like, well, now the thing is, the good news is she's feeling fine, and she was feeling fine the whole time. Whatever she managed to pick up was just making her go to the bathroom a lot, but she wasn't having other issues. Her energy was good, her mood was good. She was eating normally. She's the kind of dog that when she's sick, she won't eat, and she was still eating. So, which was, of course, then that was feeding whatever the heck was going on inside her stomach. So that was always good. Why is my computer? That's usually out of the way. Why is it in the way this time? I usually have a better angle going on here. Yeah, she was fine. She's like, la, 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 I'm having a good time. And then you turn around and she's pooping. And this is good news, but bad news. They're puppy pad trained. They both are, which is good news because of Bruno, which we've talked about. We've talked about him and the diet, him being diabetic. We can't take away his water no matter what. And him being diabetic means he drinks a lot, blah, blah, blah. She's also puppy pad trained, so it stayed on the puppy pads. We were good to go that way. But oh my God, it was not fun. But she feels fine. She feels fine. She was doing fine. She's fine now. So she just don't know what happened. We finally clued in. If your dog has diarrhea, the best thing you can do for them is the exact same thing you do with a baby, and that is no solid food for 12 to 24 hours. 24 is the ideal. So we made her some broth. Just boiled a couple of chicken breast, 3 chicken breasts and 2 potatoes, boiled that up, and then saved the chicken breast and potatoes. Here's what you do for a dog with diarrhea. Scoop off the broth. Feed her just the broth. It's okay if a little tiny bit of the potato bits get into it. Feed her just the broth for 24 hours. Because they do need to keep up their fluids, just like a human would. And then once and Shayla's a big fat whiner. And even when she decides she wants something, she's like, she will whine and bark and just lose her mind at you. It's like, you are not doing what I want. I am throwing a princess temper tantrum. So Clear fluids only for as long, either 24 hours or as long as you can get them to deal with it. And then after that, you give them you give them the potato and chicken mix that you just made with as much fluid as they will take. Then you feed them that for 2 or 3 feedings. Feed them that for 2 or 3 feedings. Wait until they have a poop, because ideally 12 to 24 hours of fasting means that they're empty, right? Then you give them the basic plain unseasoned chicken and potato, or chicken and she can't really have rice, so we do potato. And then give them just that, very, very wet and gloopy for 24 hours. Wait till they've had a poop. See how normal it's going to be a mess, but make sure it's not that. Anyway, I am discussing dog poop. I am doing a sewing video and discussing dog poop. I will tell you right now, though, the minute you have a dog, their pooping becomes like the center of your fucking world, because they can't tell you that their stomach hurts. They can't tell you anything. And the most obvious thing that you do every day. Anyway, that's been the last 3 days for me. Please distract me. Distract me from it. She's fine now. She's pretty much back to normal now. We're keeping an eye on Bruno. He's the bigger risk, because he's also a diabetic dog, which means that if he gets a stomach bug, because we don't know what caused this. We had them at the dog park. They may have just found an old treat and ate it. Yeah, it's the first question. Oh, did they poop? How much did they poop? When did they poop? Where did they poop? It's like, oh my God, it's crazy. It's crazy how. And the funny thing is, if you don't have a dog, you're like, that's just like really gross, right? It's like, yeah. But anyway, Bruno's. We're kind of watching. We're watching Bruno because we kind of have to, because he's a diabetic dog. If he starts with an issue, his sugar can go crazy. So. He's had garbage gut, but yeah, if she just had garbage gut, if she found something on the ground and ate it, and that's what caused this. Oh, which one? the Unicorn Journey? That one, or Sassy Dragons? Yeah, let's talk about that. Okay. Lisa got her copies. I'm not going to open anything. So there's the regular size. Oops, let me change the camera around. There's the regular size. There's the mini. There's the book. And there's the stickers. So that's all ready to go. These are copies. Like we're gonna give a set to John. I'm pretty certain that she's sending a set to Dawn and to Danny, of course, because that makes sense. Why is that? Oh, it's a reinforced box of some kind. Anyway. So, just a quick little woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so Unicorn Journey is done. And if everything goes according to plan, it's going to start shipping out. Oh, wait. Okay. Unicorn Journey is done, completely done. So that one, if everything goes according to plan, will be arriving at the fulfillment center Monday. And it's not a holiday in the States, so they'll be getting there either Monday afternoon or Tuesday morning, and start shipping out to your house within 24 hours of that. They'll be starting to work on the shipping. Don't forget when you're doing, if you're making one of these bags, don't forget to backstitch 2 to 3 stitches and then do your thing, because then it becomes a reinforcing stitch up at this top. Anyway, so that's done. The book, Lisa's book, unlocking the tarot. Lisa's book is already shipping, so that's on the way. It's like everything happened all at once. I wanted to do a I always try to do an October sale. I'm having a sale in the shop, by the way, 20% off. We'll swing back to that in a minute. A couple of things you guys might want to know. Anyway, so I always want to do an October sale. So I decided to do the October sale, but then I was setting it up, and it's like, oh, we've got all this other stuff going on, so I might as well just start it now. So it's already active. So that's going on. Okay, so the book is done and shipping now. The book is done and shipping now. The deck is done and should be shipping it will be shipping starting next week, unless there's an issue with the delivery. And I have no idea what kind of an issue could prevent delivery. I can't think of any issues that could potentially affect delivery to the fulfillment center. So that's going to start shipping next week. The book is shipping now. I'm having a sale. I'll get back to that. Sassy Dragons. So Sassy Dragons, we just ordered the prototypes. So those, now we found out, we have decided to let what's the better word? Okay, like remember that song, Let Jesus Take the Wheel, or Jesus Take the Wheel, whatever? It's like, okay, so what's the tarot / pagan / witchy analogy to that? What is the best analogy to that sentiment? But anyway, so we've decided to let the universe be in charge. So the universe is, it's super exciting. So the universe is in charge of that because China is, there's a national vacation in China from October 1st to the 8th, I think it was, or the 6th. I'm not sure. So by default, we are going to have a delay they are going to have a delay, and they've told us completely. We're going with a different printer, and it's already been a night and day experience. Lisa is so happy to be working with them. I have a feeling that they're going to become our. Oh yeah, her previews. Yeah, I have a feeling that this new printer is going to become our permanent printer. They're actually communicating. They actually I don't know if understand is the right word, but like I said, we found out through other sources that the other printer has got a great reputation, but your experience is directly related to who you're working with, and they have somebody working with them who apparently hi, Kendra. Yeah, it's Friday. It's a different day. Yeah, I wanted to go live earlier this week, but Sheila was having issues. She's fine. She was fine then. Global Paper. Global Paper is the name of the printer. But I mean, and Lisa doesn't want to make a big huge deal one way or the other over it, but because apparently the other printer, your experience is your experience as a customer is directly related to who you're assigned as your representative. But their policy, for whatever reason, is that they will not change. They will not allow you to change reps, even if your issue is that the rep should be fired. Honestly, but I think Lisa just wants to be nice because of the other people there. It's office politics. Office politics can get in the way of any company, anywhere, anytime. 3 weeks from a wedding. Yeah, that's a little busy. Both of my boys are single, so I don't know how crazy it would be if they were getting married. Then again, I don't know if they would get married, but that's a whole different argument. But anyway, so Sassy Dragon. So prototypes have been ordered. The prototypes have been ordered and paid for. And we've decided to let the universe decide, because once you make an order, then they need time to actually to do the work and then send it on, right? So we're going to let the universe decide if the holiday they didn't mention what the holiday was. I'm sure that if there's anybody who's I I don't know if it's a China specific holiday or an Asian in general holiday. I have no idea how that works because I'm not in that. I don't live in that area. So I have no idea what the holiday is, but they were really upfront. Lisa said, "Oh, I'd like to do blah." And she said, "Okay, well, just so you know, we've got this holiday coming up. So if it's going to affect your timing, let me know, yada, yada, yada." And made no promises. Like, I can't make you any. It's like, oh my God, this is exactly what we've been needing the whole time. It's like, even if it's bad news, we just need somebody who's willing to speak up right away. Hey, Marion, aren't you up past your bedtime? Isn't that awesome? Somebody comes in and is like, hey, let me say something shitty about you, to you, whatever. I am such a wonderful person. Anyway, super. Okay, when you get distracted and forget to go all the way to the end, I thought I was done. Back yourself up a little bit. Go slow. And then just pick up where you left off. Oh, it's Friday night. Ooh, so you're allowed to stay up now. Welcome. Anyway, Sassy Dragon, we're going to let the universe decide. We're kind of thinking there's a 50-50 chance that okay, we're launching the Kickstarter. The Kickstarter for Sassy Dragons, the first thing that has to happen is the Kickstarter for Unicorn's Journey has to be closed. That can't close until the decks start shipping. Then we can launch for Sassy Dragon. We do want to have the prototypes before we launch Sassy Dragon. So we're gonna let the universe decide. But apparently behind the scenes, because I know you guys are just hanging on. You guys desperately need this information. So once your stuff starts shipping, then you click a button or do a process. And I'm just listening to what Lisa's saving. Oh, they are totally cute. So once I had to make sure I actually did it to the end. Oh my God, I am so happy with that deck. It was such a me deck to make because I wanted the most beginner friendly thing that we could do, and I wanted it to be fun, which totally fits my personality, totally fits. I mean, I know that I know tarot, but I also consider myself a forever noob. So, the holiday will be Chinese New Year, the whole of China. Okay, I wasn't sure when Chinese New Year was this year, and I didn't want to make an assumption because that's just rude, right? So it's like there's a holiday, and it's going to be a thing because they also close down. Oh wait, if Chinese New Year is now. I keep forgetting that Chinese New Year changes from year to year. So we're going to have to find out because if that shut down, Chinese New Year, I don't know. We'll have to find out what all the holidays are. Anyway, we're letting the universe decide. Said in 5,000 words or more. We're letting the universe decide, but the prototypes have been ordered, and I believe she's already sent the payment. But once the payment's been sent, they do just need some time. But anyway, once your deck starts, pardon me while I try and burp quietly. Yeah, I'll never remember all the cards, and I'm not interested in trying to remember all the cards. When I get the book or the whatever, every now and again, I don't know if you guys can see it, but see how it's made like a really deep little thing there. Every now and again, especially if you get it part done and then leave it laying around for a while, every now and again it can just do that. If you spot it, for anybody who's making these for themselves at home, using my design, if you spot it, just finger press. It's not going to be the end of your world. Chinese New Year's in February. Oh, okay. Yeah, February. Yeah, February is okay. No, sorry, I misread what you said, Marion. So yeah, Chinese New Year is in February, but there's a holiday that's happening October 1st to October 8th, and I'm not sure what holiday that is. It's not a holiday. Do you sell a pattern? No. I just, if you want to see a pattern, I'll make one for you from scratch right now and just take notes. Lisa and I did a video together. This is a story. It's like I decided to be pissy, and I had a video up showing how to make my bag, and I just deleted it like 2 days ago because I decided to be pissy. No, I don't do a pattern because I've been doing these long enough now. I don't mind sharing. I am just on the struggle bus with this one seam. I'm probably just being distracted. By the way, I like to keep my iron unplugged when I'm not using it, but I also use a extension cord so that I can drag it around the whole area. If you have your iron running off of an extension cord, make sure it's a heavy duty one, but I just keep that Velcroed to that so that I just have to do it right, but plug it in whenever I want. And that way, these two stay together without having to be unplugged. Anyway, if you want to see if you want to see one from scratch, I'll do it right now and just grab a pencil. I just want to finish getting these done. I've only got 3 more to go. I'm gonna iron that. It's being really stubborn. When it does this and it doesn't want to fold into place, it's usually because I've set it aside somewhere, which I did, and it just caught funny or did something funny. It's okay if it does it a tiny bit. You just use your fingers and pop it back into place. Anyway, so where was I? This is why I come on for 2 hours at a time, because I am about as distractible as a freaking squirrel. So anyway, we're letting the universe decide on that. But to close a Kickstarter, now Lisa was explaining Lisa explained it to me, so now I'm explaining it to you. So remember, you're getting this now. Well, first hand, second hand. You're getting this second hand. So, when you have a Kickstarter, you have to offer tracking on all your packages. And then when your Kickstarter is done, you have to go into Kickstarter, and I'm not sure how that goes. So you this one's nice. I like this one. So you go into Kickstarter and you come back, you put in all of your tracking numbers, which you can do by spreadsheet. So you don't ever have to come back in and do it anyway. Then you click a button to submit to Kickstarter and say, okay, project is done, everything's sent out, blah, 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 everything's fine. And then Kickstarter will come back and close it. So you have to go through a process where they have to approve that the project actually completed, and then you can have your next project. So we have no idea how long that takes. So it's like, well, okay, well, we'll get Unicorn Journey going. I gotta blow my nose. I'll be right back. I'm getting super itchy. Hi, Shayla. Are you the reason why I'm itchy? Oh, I gotta go over there. Also maximize the benefit and people. I'm up. Plugs. Why are plugs so flimsy in Canada and the US? They give me the fear. What do you mean by plugs? Like sink plugs and stuff? Because we're fucking weird. Anyway, so when you ship your product, you have to get all the tracking numbers. So even when the fulfillment center is going to ship, Lisa has to get the tracking numbers. She has to enter them into Kickstarter, and then Kickstarter has to like approve, going, okay, everything is on its way. It's good now. We can let you close this Kickstarter so you can start the next one. And we have no idea how long. Get my glove back and get my filthy, dirty glove back out of my pocket. But so we don't know how long that takes. For all we know, that's going to take a week. Anyway, so we ordered the prototype. Prototypes do ship by air, so they do show up fairly quickly. And once the Kickstarter closes and the prototypes are delivered, we can start the Kickstarter. We can do our next Kickstarter and get the Sassy Dragons going. That's the long form answer, because I'm here for a while and I've got nothing better to do. Okay, I'm gonna do this one first. So, my little sale. Couple things to keep in mind for you guys. I mean, I'm not gonna. Okay, it's not a secret. Nothing I say here is really a secret, right? I'm happy to reserve something if it's like, oh, I really want to get that, blah, 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 blah. For you guys, oh, hey, you mentioned on your channel, you mentioned on your just mention that you saw it here. I really want to get the thing. I'm happy if you guys plugs the electric thing. Oh, those. Yeah, I have no idea. They that's just how they are here. Most of the time they're okay. One thing you can do is pinch them towards each other a little bit, just not a lot, but just give them a slight pinch towards each other, makes them more sturdy. Yeah, because in the UK, you guys have got like, nah, it's not top secret. Okay, here's the thing. If you contact me and you say, I really want this thing, I really would love to take advantage of the sale, but I'm not getting paid until the end of October. I'm not going to have the extra money. I'll save it for you at that price. That's not a problem. My problem is that obviously I don't want to. Why am I? Is there? So, you know, if you guys are kind enough to hang out and watch me babble for 2 hours while I faffle my way through life, I think the least I can do is make this really easy for you guys. So if you guys want me to reserve something for you or whatever, that's absolutely fine. If you want me to reserve it for you, that's fine. If you see something and you want it reserved, I will reserve it for you. If you see something and would like it reserved, but you know that you won't be able to pay for it until after the sale ends, I'm happy to do that. I just need to know so that I can, and then I will adjust accordingly so that you can keep the sale price. I mean, obviously, I'd prefer not to go, well, I want to buy this at Christmas. It's like, I'd kind of prefer not to do that. But yeah, if you see something and you want it and you want me to set it aside for you, happy to do it. There's already a reserve listing. You know, somebody contacted me last night and they were like really shy about it. And I'm like, oh, dude, this is fine. I am a novice at sewing. What's the glove do? Okay, I have issues with really dry skin, like so dry that I can handle, so dry that I don't leave a fingerprint sometimes. These gloves, I'm just getting a different pair because it's more, well, maybe it's not more obvious. These gloves have like there's the fabric there, and then it's a rubberized tip. So the tip is rubberized, so it gives me a better grip. They're actually, people use them for quilting. They're actually a quilting glove, but which I do a lot of quilting. So I discovered quite accidentally, I picked them up for quilting and I discovered quite accidentally that it gives me an improved grip. I only use one because handling things like scissors or the finer things can be a pain in the ass. But so I'm just, this piece that I was struggling with just doesn't want to play nice. I'm just starting in the middle. Why did it not turn on? Jesus Christ. I let all that and it's still turned off. Linda's here. Hello, Linda. Anyway, in a second, I am not, okay. My design my design has enough wiggle room that if it happens a little bit, you can ignore it. It's just when it happens a lot. I don't know if you can see where the seam is trying to be. The seam is trying to be here and here. There we go. The seam is trying to be here and here, and that's just too much. So I've got to narrow that, but I've had this one sitting for a while. So your stuff can develop a seam over time. Oh, 505. You know why you haven't? Yeah, 505 per spray is amazing. The reason why most people, yeah, I can already start quilting and I won't stab myself. Just remember two things. 505 is removable. So if you're too rough and you got to be pretty rough. So you may want the odd pin here and there if you think you're going to be like manhandling it. But yeah, 505 spray is amazing. The main reason why I use it sparingly is because it's expensive. I don't know what it is for you. Yeah. $30 for this can, and this can will do about one quilt. But you know, because of the volume at which I sew, mind you, I wait for a sale and buy 2 or 3 cans at a time. Just a second. I just got to get this guy. There's not really a, yeah, you can see how it's trying to box itself up. I don't want to lose that much space. There's not really a heavy seam. It's just being awkward and fighting back. And I just don't want to fight with it. There you go. Now I'm going to turn it back. No, I love 505 spray. I really love it. I wish it was less expensive. Just remember though, if you're going to start using those in the regular, there's several different brands, and some of them start with the actual 505. If you're gonna test it, if you're gonna test 505 spray, start with the actual one that says 505. It says right on it, temporary adhesive for fabric. Okay, because there are also fabric adhesives. There's fabric adhesives there's different brands. Some are temporary. Come on, what's going on? Head up. There we go. Some brands are well, most of them are about the same. What did I do? Oh, it's like, why is my machine? I accidentally hit the speed thing, the speed limiter. So anyway, some sprays are permanent adhesive, and you don't necessarily want those, especially if you think you may have to rearrange things. But yeah, I love 505 spray. I wish it was cheaper. If it was cheaper, I'd be using it a lot more. As a matter of fact, I used 505 spray. I used 505 on this because the idea on this is not, the idea on this is to not, 505 spray will keep this from fraying. It can also be an anti-fray, right? So I put 505 spray behind this layer, and so on both sides of the sandwich, and finished it that way, because the idea on reading cloths is to they are machine washable, but for the most part you're just gonna you should just be cleaning your reading cloths. If you get one of my reading cloths, you should be just cleaning them with a damp rag and spot clean. So it's like, wait a second, if this is a spot clean product, I can use that. But anyway, so yeah, we're letting the universe aside. But anyway, so where the sale is concerned, 2 things. So one, if you need me to reserve anything, and I will, just to keep it easy for me, because sometimes I get in a rush, right? I mean, I know who Gail is, I know who Marion is, right? I know who you guys are, but if I get in a rush and lose track, if anybody who contacts me and says, "Hey, I'm not getting paid for a few days, can you set this aside for me?" absolutely fine. If anybody wants, if you guys want me to hold something for you at the sale price, absolutely send me a message. If you want me to hold it at the sale price past October 14th, I'm happy to do it. Remind me, just like I said, I can get, you've watched me here. I'm in a hurry. I get on the go. I'd probably say yes anyway, because I always say I hate everybody, but I don't. So that's fine. But anyway, I'm happy to hold something at the sale price for the next month, right up until the end of October, mid-November. I'm happy to do it. That's not a problem. You just need to let me know. Anyway, and what was the other thing I wanted to, something that I don't do custom orders anymore, right? But the reason why I don't do custom orders anymore, nobody did anything wrong. There's no problems, there's no issues. What ended up happening once I started taking custom orders, I started getting, it's just me now, and I'm trying to scale back a little bit, right? So it's just me now. I'm trying to scale back a little bit, and I was getting so many custom orders that I wasn't having time to do anything else, which is from a money perspective, that's fine. But from a what I want to be doing perspective, it's like, I got a little inconvenient. But like right now, there's what? I think this chat topped up at 9 people a few minutes ago. That I can keep up, right? Yeah, 50%. Oh, Lensmill. Yeah, I love Lensmill. Unfortunately, I order fabric from Lensmill, but unfortunately, they don't sell their they don't sell that stuff. I like you guys, but yeah, okay. You know why? Because I say everything. If I'm writing, any of you guys that I've ever had to write anything to, this much. If I will, what I spend 20 minutes expressing verbally, I can express in like 3 words. It's like, you guys, anybody who's communicated with me in writing must be looking at my writing and going, wow, she's so rude. Because I'm very succinct in my writing. I'm very whatever. You guys put up with that, which I like, right? I was coming to a point. A lot of the time, when I buy fabric, I try to buy extra. So a lot of the time when I have an item in the shop, I may have enough to make several more. So you guys come in and you go, I really wanted to get this thing on sale. I really wanted to get this thing while it was on sale, because my God, everybody needs to save money some of the time, right? And as much as I enjoy the perks of people giving me money for my stuff, I'm not gonna lie. That would be a different kind of arrogance. But everybody also needs to save money. Anyway, I'm going in circles because I can. The reality is, so, hey, Peggy, I saw this bag and it's already sold out and I really want to get one for the sale price. Do you have enough fabric to make me one? When I'm not dealing with, like at one point in time, I had easily 30. It felt like a lot more, but wow, that's a lot of dust. I'll tell you right now, if you do a lot of sewing, you're going to find corners that have just got mats of dust that you can just peel off. And so anyway, a lot of people during a sale feel embarrassed about asking me, I really want this. I saw that you had a bag in this fabric, but it's sold out. So they go, and then they go on their way. I appreciate that I'm not getting a whole shit ton of custom requests because I just can't keep up with a lot of them. But you guys are a fairly small crowd. I can keep up. So if you guys are seeing something that you want, that you like, that you whatever, absolutely reach out. If I still have the fabric, I'm happy to do it. I'm just not able to keep up doing it at scale, which has been the problem this whole time. Now I have to decide what I'm doing next. Was it Mandy asked about? Who was it that asked about a bag? That's the right size. You're not. You are a mini. Does my small fit? Whenever I'm cutting interfacing, I try to do it in batches. And that way, when I come back, yes, I can do a few of those today. So I am on catch-up mode. Oh, I gotta tell you my story about my Peggy bag video. I took it down. I deleted it. I just got rid of it. It's like, you guys didn't do anything wrong. So trust me on that. So I've got, this is all I've got left over for this is an actual black. This is black. This is sometimes you'll get like black broadcloth, black batik, black fabric, and then you get them all piled up together and you're going, which is which? It's easy to get confused. So anyway, yeah, somebody mentioned about the bags. If that's something you're genuinely curious about, I can make one right now. So just speak up and let me know. I'm just futzing some stuff back where it belongs. Why is that there? That's regular fabric. Oh my God, it's just such a mess. But anyway, no, if you guys see something and like, oh, do you have this in a large? If I have the fabric, I'm happy to make you one. It's not like if I, like I can make, okay, I know for a fact I've got more of this. This is a backing fabric, right? So yeah, if I have the fabric, I'm happy to do it. Because don't forget, somebody contacts me and says, and I know that I've done custom work for some of you guys. And like I said, nobody's doing anything wrong. I just can't keep up anymore. I don't mind. I don't mind. I actually like talking to people. So the odd request is never, ever, ever a problem. But it's when I wake up one day and I've got 20. Story time. Shall we riot? No. Okay. So what happened was I did a video. There, you can see me twice. I did a video. Actually, that's two different shades. These are done. I just got to get them. Why is that there? Just a second, guys. That doesn't go there. There we go. I have a system. Hey, Trish. I just finished. I don't know what I'm making today. I just finished catching up on. I had a bunch of stuff that was part done for one reason or another. You get distracted, you get up, you go away, you come back, and it's like, oh, I'll finish that when I'm doing the next ones. So I just finished up. Haha, look at that. Isn't that one gorgeous? I'm going to get that one out of the way. That's actually a finish up. This is actually a finish up project because this one can't be backed on black. Because if you do, if I back it on black, let me just show you. So I take this beautiful white fabric, beautiful white fabric. Look at that. You can see the color. This is actually a decent fabric, but white fabrics. And maybe it's just my imagination. That does not look so great. At least I don't think it does backed on black. But if you back it on white, it just pops differently. So I keep white on hand. Always have. Well, I guess not always, but there's another one. I keep white on hand. Is that going to fit a large? That is not going to fit a large. What am I thinking? I keep the white on hand so that I can back my lighter fabrics. But the favorite colors are. Hey, what's going on? I don't know what that is. Can you guys see this? Where is it? I always get my hands lined up differently. These are two different types. I don't know where this one came. I don't know where this big. This is the broadcloth I use. This is the other piece, but it seems to be thinner. I don't know if it's the lighting or if it's my imagination. Luckily, I've got two of the good ones. I don't know where that came from. I'm going to have to investigate and see what's going on. Anyway, I was saying something and I just lost track. Yeah, I keep the white on. I keep white on hand so that I have it for when I get these really, really bright fabrics. But the favorite colors are purple, black, dark blue, red. And I don't know if it's the favorite colors. This is the problem, is that I like to sew stuff and then sell it because it's easier. It's a much easier workload to keep up with. Absolutely much easier. So looks like I'm making looks like I'm making 2 bags from scratch right now. So anyway, oh, Kendra has to go. Okay. Anyway, so my bag story. I did a video. Let me just, what do I, oh, look at that. I have more. And I have that already done. This has to be shipped. This is the wrong size. So I did a video showing how to make a, let's keep the center lined up. Oh my God, I'm going to start and stop. The mysterious case of, yeah, it's like, I'm not sure what happened with it. It does seem to be a slight, now it's probably just the lighting, honestly. It could be near the end of it, and it could be near the end of a bolt or something. It could just be, who knows. Every now and again, it's pretty normal every now and again for stuff to be a little weird. So I already have this measured for a large. Oh shit, I got a ton of larges to do. This is for anybody who's just wandering in, because I know Trish just wanted. This is kind of cleanup day, where I'm going through my pile over here. I've got stuff that was half done, quarter done, cut but not finished. Stuff like this where it has to be handled specially. It has to be handled specially, right? So anyway, I did a video, which some of you might remember, showing how to make the Peggy bag, which is not a problem. Well, the last 3 comments I've gotten, and don't forget, I did this a year ago. We're talking comment. Oh, I don't need to mark that. The comments. So the comments that I've gotten is just super fuzzy. Come on, unfuzz. It might be the color. That seems to be a little better. Okay, so when I first made the video, everybody was super awesome about it, because you guys are all awesome, right? The last 3 comments I've gotten on this were from people who I'm guessing don't have, yeah, that's small. Don't have any, they're coming in expecting the last 3 comments I got were from people that were coming in clearly expecting a standard, I guess is the right word. I don't fucking know. They're clearly expecting one of those professional level videos, yada, yada, yada. And they're coming in, they're going, I don't know why you put up a video, blah, blah, blah. Like, I mean, the way you guys are talking, I can't even hear the instructions and I can't do that. It's like, you watched a video showing you how to make a bag using a process, here's my moment of error. Here's my moment of arrogance here. I designed the bag. The bag itself, obviously, buy a piece of fabric, make a bag. The process had never been done before that I know of. Nobody was making a bag like this. There was my video showing how to make this particular type of bag did not exist. This particular design, style, whatever, did not exist until I did it. And they're coming in, they're bitching. Oh, you guys are just spending all this time talking. Like, my God, that's annoying. I can't. It's like, I made this video for people in the tarot community. I made the video for a particular group of people. Where is it? So basically what happened is, okay, and people would come in and go, oh my God, your banter is so confusing, but it was a fun video. Thanks for the instructions. That's fine. I am not expecting everybody. Lisa and I have a particular way. We interrupt each other. We're a fucking problem when it's just the two of us, right? Absolutely not a problem. By the way, I'm really taking my time here because this is straight lines. So I am trying. First thing you're going to notice is there's my line here. It's not necessarily lining up 100% because even fabric that looks perfectly squared very rarely is. So I'm just trying to line it up so that I obviously don't want it like that. I don't want it coming in at some weird angle, right? I'm not even sure what you guys can and can't see on the camera because it's white on white and more white. Anyway, I'm just taking my time, lining it up. If you are working with fabric that has straight lines or whatever, if you're not confident, then definitely pin it. So anyway, I got to switch this over to white. So basically, and there's a couple, Lisa and I talk really fast when it's just, when we're doing like, and we've had people comment and we're not offended. We're not upset. We're not anything. We've had people comment, oh, you guys talk too fast. I can't watch a video when you're together. I have to come back later so I can slow it down, right? It's like, okay, no problem, right? Anyway, the last 3 comments that I got, because the video is now big enough that it's attracting randoms. And I don't know if these are people in or out of the tarot community, but it's like, I'm not doing a video because people come in. I don't know. I just had my pissy moment. And it's like, you know what? Part of the fun for me is to be able to just talk and not have to try too fucking hard. And if you're coming in, and obviously you guys get it or you wouldn't be here. What the fuck? I just did it twice. Still fine. You guys get it. It's like, dude, I'm just hanging out. Having a good time. And if that helps people, that's awesome. I mean, let's face it. There's days where I'm so convoluted and confused that there's nobody who's going to learn anything. That's fine, right? Anyway, I'm now getting the video had like 5,000 views or something, which doesn't seem like, well, depending on who you're marketing to, that can be a lot. Anyway, so the last 3 or 4 comments I've got were, you need to just settle down and show us how it's done, and you need to do this and you need to do that, and it's like, you ain't my fucking boss. And I'm not making videos I'm not giving up a trade secret for the benefit of people who are going to be dicks about it. So I thought about it, and it's like, oh my God. Oh, by the way, okay, I am happy. Yeah, it sounds like either people outside the community or assholes in the community. It's like, there's assholes everywhere you go, so that part's fine. But they're like, and it's like, dude, you don't have to love me. You don't have to love everything I do. But if you're not enjoying it, just click away. There's a billion fucking videos to watch. So I didn't bother responding to that person, but I thought about it and I thought, okay, wait a second. I come on live like at least once a week. Chit chat, hang out. By the way, what I've done here is I marked my broadcloth. I've got a piece of broadcloth, marked it for the size of bag that I want, and now I'm just top stitching it. I'm top stitching it to get the and I discovered that I've got another pile of white and the same fabric. So I'm just going to keep going and do it all. Doing 2 sizes at the same time. So anyway, I'm like, well, wait a second. You guys, any of you guys, anytime can go, hey, Peggy, can you show me how to do blah? And I'll do it. I was just kind of thinking about it. I'm like, well, I do not want randos coming in and saying shitty things, because that's just a waste of my time. You guys know me. It's like, oh God, I am here. I am here because I feel like making videos and it's fun. I am here because it's fun for me. I am not here because I'm trying to kiss your... Okay, you guys know me. You know exactly what I mean by that, right? And thing is that if somebody says, oh, I didn't understand that, it's like, oh, sure. Absolutely. As a matter of fact, who was it? who was it asked about a tabard? So, oh, I'm looking for some information on how to make a tabard, right? I just spotted it. I spotted it while I was thinking. It's like, well, wait a second. Maybe I should review some of these videos, because if I am now attracting an audience of people who think that they are entitled to tell me how to make a video, not can I see a video about this, but to say, you need to talk less and show more, and this needs to be shorter. You should have edited it better. This is the kind of comments I've been getting for the last 3, right? So I'm like, so I just thought, you know what? Fuck this. I'm just going to delete it. Anybody in the community who's interested has had plenty of time to watch. 5,000 views, right? Anybody in the community who's interested has had plenty of time to watch the video, take notes, get the design, be on their merry way, right? So I decided to delete it, because I have, it doesn't take me that long to make a bag. It doesn't take me that long to make a bag, so there's absolutely no reason why I can't just make a bag on request whenever. Hey, I've been looking around for, I remember you had this video. Oh, and I don't need to die on this hill every 5 minutes. One thing I will say is, if you are doing white, make sure you do something that you're going to see, because I'm using white thread on white broadcloth. So when you get up here, when it's time to trim your bag so that you can flip it, you're going to have a bitch of a time finding your fabric. Yeah, the hole's not there. So I'm just going quarter of an. I'm just trimming. I'm lining up my ruler I'm lining up my 1/4 inch line on the. I've got all my shit in the way is what I've got going on. Let's go over there. I'm going to work on these later. That might be my evening or afternoon project. So anyway, I decided to have I don't want to call it a temper tantrum. What I call it is, I'm not putting that kind of effort into people who don't, and everybody else understood the assignment. It's like, we're making a video, we're having fun, and we're showing somebody how to do something that nobody else knows how to do. It's pretty, okay, if you know how to sew, it's pretty easy to grab one of my bags. I mean, that's how my sister-in-law did it. She tore apart a bunch of my bags, figuring out how to make it so she could help her son steal the design, right? Because they're idiots, but that's a whole separate conversation about different people at a different time. But anyway, yeah, people coming in going, oh, Peggy bag, how do I make a Peggy bag? Oh my God, Peggy, you didn't do this video the way I want you to. And it's like, fuck you. You. If you want to see it done, because I've shown my process from beginning to end a few times now on these live streams. So it's like, dude, I am here to have a good time. I don't mind doing the tutorials. Oh, I started going off in a tangent about the tabard. Because I don't want the person who requested that to think that they're being called out. They are not. We were having a nice, fun conversation in chat. I don't know if any of you remember that. We were having or was it a comment after the chat? I forget. And somebody just said, hey, I would love some tips and ideas on that I could use towards making a tabard, because I do this. And I said, well, I've actually made a few, because for a while there, the kids were into LARPing, live action role playing. I did a video on it. Did I do it on a live stream? I forget. Anyway, absolutely glad to help. Not glad to be told off for not doing it. Because I don't know, there's plenty of people that do videos, that do sewing videos, that I start to watch them do a thing, and it's like, oh no, this is not okay. I'm not learning. Your style is not teaching me a damn thing. That's fine. I'll go find a different video. I don't leave a nasty comment. So flip it, easy enough. Iron it if it hates you. What size is this one? Oh, this is standard. There. I redid it down to a standard. Standards are, so basically you've just done pretty sides together, sew it around, flip it, Flipping it puts the pretty sides up. It's kind of hard to tell. It's when you say pretty sides together. Have you made a dice bag before? I did do a dice bag. I don't think I did it on a live. Happy to do one. Happy to do one. Happy to do one on a live. Happy to have a reason to FAFO, right? So if you're doing these, the larger the bag, the wider this needs to be. This is a 1.5 inch. This is 1.5 inch. I've got some smalls over here. They're going to be 1.25. Do it, flip it. You just got to sew both ends. I'm just going to do this one from beginning to end. Actually, you know what I'm going to do is I'm just going to stop. I'm going to do this one and get it pinned and out of the way. I'm going to get this one pinned and out of the way, and I'm going to do the other one because they're both the same size, and it'll make it easier. So grab your fabric, pretty side up. Anyway, so I just realized that I don't care who makes my bag, who makes this bag. This bag has been around long enough, and not everybody wants to make their own. So it's not like I'm putting myself out of business here. But I don't need to. It's one of those. So I had my bitchy moment. Life was good. I had a moment, and it was fine. I mentioned it to Lisa, and she's like, "Yeah, get rid of it," because like I said, I made the video for the community, which is fine. But now the video has gotten popular enough, just over time, right? Now the video has gotten popular enough. So basically, this has been marked. If you are doing this with two. Because you can make these with two. You don't have to do a broadcloth. You can have two fabrics that work together, and that way it becomes mostly reversible. Just make sure that if this has a pretty side, make sure it's facing that pretty side. Go around. But anyway, yeah. So I took the video down. And I just deleted it. I am perfectly happy. Oh, my iron turned itself off. It's already off. My iron talks to me. It's fine. I got some dice to try out Lisa and Dawn's system. Then maybe I got another 3 sets. Now I need something to put them in. Yeah. Well, you need to start with 2 circles. It's actually fairly easy. It's actually fairly easy to do. There's a couple of ways to do it. If you don't want to screw around with grommets and all that shit, then it can be even easier. So you can either leave a gap along the side or at one end, just depending on what's comfortable for you. So anyway, that's my story. That's really all there was to it. Like I said, it's like, this is not okay. You are not that, the people that I made the video for have already had a year to watch it. I didn't make it for the people that are screaming in a year later, thinking that they have, I don't know if it's about thinking you have the right, but it's like, I don't need that shit. In hindsight, though, what I probably could have done was just made the video I could have made the video private and then just shared the link with anybody who wanted it, but that's just too much work. But yeah, I could probably do a dice bag. Time is it now? Yeah, I don't have time to do it now. It's already 4 o'clock. But yeah, you can do this with scissors. Obviously, you don't have to have all the stuff. But this is that's my story. That's my story. That's what happened. That's why the video is gone. But anyway, something else. I mention this once in a while. I'm happy. I don't know how to describe this, but like, okay, so say something's going on, you want a bag, whatever, and it's like, shit. That shit's getting pricey, or I'm a little bit of broke folk this week. I'm always happy to I keep thinking that I should do a discount code for you guys that are willing to put up with me week after week, but I don't know what would be a fair amount. there's already a discount on Lisa, or there's already a discount through Lisa's membership on Facebook. So if you're in that, I forget what she's calling it, but if something's ever coming up, hey Peggy, I really want this bag, but full price is a little bit out of my range right now, I'm happy to do it. It's a product. Yeah, it's a product I'm continuing. I mean, it's a product that's kind of where I got. I don't want to say in my feels, because it's like I certainly didn't get my feelings hurt. I'm like, it wasn't like, oh my god, this person's mean to me. It's like it was more like, fuck you. You fucking kidding me? That's kind of what I was thinking. So yeah, it's like I'm still selling this product, and it's not like, you know, I'm still selling this product, and it's a product I designed. What did I do? There it goes. And you're angry with me for not making it super fucking easy for you. Yeah, you don't need it. You don't need it. And it's fine. I mean, there's plenty of people that I'm sure. I am 1000% sure that there are people that have watched that video and went, oh, that's a little much. Their banter is really, you know, their banter is really distracting, or even, oh God, fuck, they're annoying today. I don't care. That's fine. That's fine. I'm not everybody's cup of tea, and I'm definitely not everybody's cup of tea every day, all the time. I talk fast, I babble, I repeat myself, whatever. It's like, and that's fine. That's completely fine. It is what it is, right? But yeah, I don't know. My rule in life, this is something that Lisa and I have both talked about. If you are going to put yourself up there for the public, this is supposed to be pointing over here. Why is it pointing at my chest? There we go. If you're gonna make a video or make content or do anything public, then it doesn't matter what you do. You can do it perfectly, and there are still going to be a bunch of people who don't like it, and that's fine. She didn't like it. That was fine. Totally fine that you didn't like it. Then don't watch it. And I get it. You need it. And I'm not having a thin skin moment. I'm really not. I don't really care. I don't really care like that. What got me up on my soapbox ranting was, I'm showing you a product that I sell. I am sharing. Not only am I sharing, so basically sew them here and here, and then turn them backwards, and you're done. Yeah, click out. Well, because they're not, here's the problem, Trish. They're not, is it Trish or Trisha? Some people don't like their names shortened and get pissed off about that. I don't want to piss you off. But anyway, I'm going to call you Trish until you tell me to stop. Thing is that my video, it's the only one that exists showing this process, because I'm the only one who makes it. So I do think that is where some of the shit is coming from, but it's like, I don't need your shit, because if you want this design that badly, you either, and okay, this is perfect. Thanks that I didn't offend you, but it would have been more fun. But anyway, no, here's the thing. This is the thing that can be hard to explain. Yeah, but they can go somewhere else. It's that simple. They can go somewhere else and get a different design. My thinking, my fuck you attitude is like, if you are so desperate to get this exact design for your bag, and maybe desperate's the wrong word, right? Because that's not fair either. But if it is that important to you that you get this design for this bag, and this is the only place you're going to get it, and your only other option. Now let's be clear. There's a few people, and I'm very happy that they're doing it. There's a few people that have made themselves like a dozen or so bags or more, right? If you love this design that much, and your are learn to make it yourself, or give me enough money for a dozen or more bags, then you owe me a little bit of grace. And I get it. Nobody owes me anything. Let's back up. Nobody owes me anything, but you, how do you express it? It's kind of one of those weird things. It's kind of one of those weird things because it's like, you have every right not to like, you have every right not to enjoy the video. Oh, that was hard to watch, but I really wanted this tutorial. Absolutely. Absolutely. But you owe me a bit of grace to, you don't have to comment and tell me that I'm fucking wonderful. I don't need that shit. I don't need that. I don't need that in my world. It's always nice, but you don't require it, right? But at the same time, yeah, it's the lack of appreciation. And it's like, and like I said, it's like I'm absolutely happy to share. I'm making one right now. I'm absolutely happy to show people how this bag is made. I get it. Not everybody, like, I need to charge a certain price to make it worthwhile for me to keep doing this. I get it. Not everybody can afford that, right? But at the same time, if having this particular style is that important to you, then I don't know if you owe me is the right word or not. And like I said, for me, this is like, it's kind of soapboxing to a slightly, this is a really good example of another issue where it's like, nobody's forcing you to watch. Nobody's forcing you to, you know what I mean? And it's like, it's this anonymity that happens where people feel that their shitty behavior is somehow okay. And it's like, dude, your shitty behavior ain't, I don't need, I get up on my soapbox. Okay, I get on my soapbox because I've seen other people. I want to make videos, but, and shit like this is the but that keeps them from making, that keeps other people from doing something that they might enjoy. And it's not like every single person should be able to make a video. Not everybody is comfortable. Not everybody wants to. Not every, and I get that. That's absolutely fine. But then you got some shitbag that comes along thinking that they have a reason or a right to shit on me for sharing something with them that's going to save them a fuck ton of money. Because like I said, I get it. Not everybody, I have to charge a certain price, and that's not comfortable for everybody. Yeah, it's a lack of appreciation and then making more demands. It's like, so basically, now that my last 3 comments, it's got nothing to do with the actual comments. It's got to, well, it does, but it doesn't. It's like the people that the video was meant for have had a year, because I'm really not a fan of deleting content. I'm really not. But when people feel, I don't know if entitled is the right word. When people feel comfortable being nasty to me and then expecting to benefit from, no, that's not right either. I mean, somebody could be watching this video right now going, God, Peggy's a piece of shit, but she's making a bag and I want to see how it's done. I don't care about that. But you don't need to make it my business. There's a saying, your opinion of me is none of my business. Right? So it's like, yeah, I don't need that. But anyway, a lot of people get chased off the internet. And I think this is why it's a bit of a soapbox for me today. A lot of people get chased off the internet by people like that. Because don't forget, somebody treated me badly over a video I made over a year ago. That's for me, it's like, fuck you. But for other people, it can really hurt their feelings. And I'm a baby channel. Don't forget, I'm not a big channel. Like, there's only 5 people watching this right now. I am not a big channel. I'm not trying to be a big channel. And there's still people that feel like they have some entitlement to be shitty. So it's like, and I don't even care if there's a lack of appreciation. The video was viewed over 5,000 times. I'm sure there were plenty of people who have absolutely no fucking interest in me at all. That's fine. But they were decent enough to, okay, I got what I needed. I'm going to be on my merry way now. So I just think it's crap. But anyway, I think all sorts of things, and I soapbox and all sorts of things, but I'm going to swing back. Because I started saying a thing and I got back on my soapbox. So one thing that I cannot do publicly. I cannot do, not I can do, but I don't. Well, I can't justify it. But no, like if some, I am not ever going to think differently of somebody that contacts me and say, hey, Peggy, I want to pick up a couple of bags, but I'm kind of hoping for a discount today. Absolutely. I'm already wondering. I'm kind of thinking about doing a discount. I'm kind of thinking about doing a discount code for you guys. It's that catch-22. I can do a 20% off sale right now. I can't lower my prices 20% permanently because I just won't. I won't be. I have to make a certain amount of money to make this worth my while. I'm not a charity, right? But and that's just the reality of the world 101. But I'm debating on how to make that work. I don't want to do a. I don't know. I keep asking Lisa, and Lisa's like, well. Lisa's just a dick. So that's how that goes. No, she's not. I'm just being mean to my wife because she's not here. It's only 4:00. She might be watching from work. I could be getting a very angry comment in the comment section right now. But anyway, I'm thinking about how to make it work because I don't want to just have a discount code in the description of the video because then I'm saying it wrong. You ever say something wrong? You say it wrong. Like, okay, we have like Lisa, like there's a permanent discount code. There's a permanent discount code in Lisa's YouTube membership for my shop, for anybody who wants a shop. I want to do the same for you guys or better. I think I want to do a little bit better for you guys because there's less of you, right? But I don't know how I would do it in a way that makes sense. My mom was a crafter. Pricing is always, pricing is hard. I'm actually reviewing my pricing and we've got our fingers crossed. I might, it's not going to be huge, but I might be able to bring my prices down by 2 or 3%, which for some people is a big change, is a big difference, but that's not going to happen. We've got to wait for a whole bunch of things because there's always a postal price. There's always a postal increase. In Canada, there's always a postal increase around Christmas time, and we don't know what it's going to be this year. But it looks like I don't think prices are going to go down, but there's this thing called a fuel surcharge, and it looks like that might be going down, but I have no idea. But anyway, actually, you know what I can do right now, though? Give me a second. I can do one thing right now. I gotta count. Wait a second. I just gotta go over here. Is that it? Hey, if I could type. There we go. Am I in the right one now? Yeah, fabric. Well, this is why I often have extra fabric because my God, I'm all over those sales whenever there's a sale. But no, when I can offer better pricing to some people some of the time, which would be you guys, but I can't do it across the board or it just becomes unsustainable for me. But any of you guys in the Unicorn fam? I just asked Lisa. But anyway. This is just me freeform thinking out loud. Oh my God! You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna do this right now. You guys are gonna hang out for a second. It's 4:00 now. Oh, for fuck's sake! I'm like, I don't need that. I need that. I'm asking, oh, what's the discount code for that? And it's like, there we go. Let's do this. Is that right? There we go. Oh, well, that's interesting. There we go. Okay. Okay. Done. Okay. Oh, it looks like oh, this is perfect. Perfect. My fucking signal's dying here. Okay, that link will take you guys to a permanent 15%. Okay, currently the shop sale is 20%. But that link will take you to a permanent 15%. And I know, it's not an obligation on anybody's part to shop at the shop, but if you do, if you guys decide to shop, if something comes up and you want / need anything from the shop, because I know some of you guys, I don't know how many of you guys actually shop with me because it's not an obligation to watch the videos. But there you go. There's a permanent 15% off for you guys. It's 5% better than Unicorn Fam. But that's because I have a much smaller audience. So if you save that link, and whenever you use that link, you get an automatic 15% off. Or you can just put in FAFO 15, FAFO 15. There. That's what soapboxing does to me. I'm soapboxing about this rude person. It's like, fuck her. I'm going to make everybody else happy. I'm weird like that. But anyway. That's it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, there's only 4. 4. Okay. What size are these? These are smalls. So anyway, that's my rude. That's my. I guess choosing beggar might be a good word for it, but that is my rude person thing. But yeah, my soapbox is more about how people like that drive excellent creators away from the community. Oh, the aces? Which ones were the... Yeah, the aces are good. I'm just trying to remember which one's which. I think Lisa just put up the... There. Poor Lisa, I messaged her. No, we don't want that. I'm clicking shit, it's fine. What was I doing? I was doing something. Ah! Ugh, I'm trying to find. I'm not finding anything that I want. Now I just like the whole deck. I like the whole deck. I can't wait for the prototype to come in. I'll tell you right now, as soon as the prototype comes in, I'm probably swinging back. And as soon as the prototype comes in, I'm probably just going to do a couple of videos just doing readings with the deck. I'll do them here. It'll be fine. Do them here. Do them for free. Obviously for free. I don't think I could ever bring myself to charge money for a reading. But yeah, I don't know. I've talked, obviously, because we do. I'm your impulsive shopper. I saw the beautiful Tarot mat live and wanted it, so I bought it. Oh, yeah. Well, keep that link. And whenever you come in, keep that link, and whenever you go in from now on, you'll be getting 15% off. Yeah, I'll come in. We have our fingers crossed, but like I said, it's I don't know what the occasion is, but there's a holiday happening in China this week. So oh, there we go. I can switch those since I haven't got anything happening. I'm just flipping all what the heck did I do? Every now and again, there it is. Every now and again, I get distracted and then I end up completely closing a bag. If that happens, you just pick out enough so you can get into it and dig it open. What was I saying? Yeah, I don't know. I get on my soapbox because, like, I've seen people come on, make content. They're doing really well. They're doing well. They're having fun. Things are fun. And then suddenly somebody's coming in and treating them like crap. It's like, well, why aren't you doing this? And why aren't you doing that? And okay, it's really easy to me to say, well, why don't you go fuck yourself? And not people like watching me say it, but doesn't mean that it's easy for you to say it yourself, right? And it's like, if I was a different person, that might make me want to just go out, stop doing content altogether. And I actually enjoy doing this. But I enjoy the reason why I switched over to mostly lives. We are doing a launch party. Our goal is to be launching. Okay, our goal, and it's got to be flexible, right? Our goal is to be launching on by October 31st. But we didn't know that there was a holiday happening in China. So we're letting the universe decide. But we are definitely doing a launch party. So that's going to be its own thing. Oh yeah, I got to finish these two. I have to finish these two because the heck. I have to finish these two. Because these two are larger and they're going to have a larger stitch. Even if I use the exact same stitch while making it smaller, this bag is small. This bag is smaller. It's going to have a narrower channel and a narrower stitch going in. I'll use the same design for both, but I will be using it in two different sizes. Oh, there we go. No, we're definitely doing a launch party. How wide is that? It's white. I can't really use it for anything. Okay. Launch party is 1000% going to happen. The date is still up in the air. We really, the Kickstarter has to officially close, and we really want to get those prototypes in first. Because obviously, having the prototypes makes for a much better thing for everybody. You know what? No. That's probably the better one. I have a few designs that I really, really like. So depending on how they line up with everything, I thought so. Okay. I've got a little bit of a knot there, so I'll have to pick that out when I'm done. But the deck will be, what size? It is smaller than a standard deck. The deck is smaller. I forget the exact size. That's another reason why we want the deck in hand for the launch party. So we are gonna, our hopeful, and like I said, if everything else was going to plan, it would have been no later than October 31st, but we did not know about the Chinese holiday. There's always something little getting in the way. It's not going to be as small as the mini for this one. It's going to be, basically, it's going to be an in-between size, but I am not, Lisa can probably tell you exactly what, yeah, it's going to be smaller. It's going to be smaller for me too. The funny thing is there's a massive market. There's a massive market for smaller decks. Not necessarily mini decks, but there's a massive market for smaller decks because people want decks that they can handle better. But, it is smaller. It's going to be easier to shuffle. Apparently, it's going to be kind of on par with the size. Let's go get it. Robin's sitting funny. Apparently, it's going to be in the range of this guy. It's not poker size, and I think this is poker size, so it's going to be a little bit bigger than this one. I think that's the size range that we are looking at for it. But do not take that as a promise of the size. Okay, I can promise that it's smaller. God, I got a fucking mess over there too. I can promise that it's a smaller deck. I am not going to make any promises on exactly how much smaller because I am the worst. I am not the collector in the house, but it will be smaller, much easier to hold, much easier to shuffle. I don't know why my machine, I better not need to have the next. Okay, if this machine needs to go in for servicing, there's a click. I don't know if the microphone's picking it up. Hear it? Click. It absolutely needs a cleaning. Yeah, it's fine. Okay. Every now and again. There it is. This is the hard part. Every now and again, the loose thread, the tail, catches and wraps itself up, and it's not a big deal. I usually keep going and then check it later. There we go. I usually keep going and check it later because if the tail is caught up in the first stitch or two, I'm way over here. So the tail got tangled up into the first. There's the loop. The tail came out here, but it got looped and caught up over here. If it's only caught up in the first stitch or two, which it is, it's not a big deal. Come on. Sometimes it's a big deal because of trying to pull on. Come on, where are you? What's going on? There we go. It only caught under a single stitch, so I could pull it out. If it's only caught in the first one or two stitches, because when I'm done, I'm going to fold this back on itself and then sew down here. So if it's only in the first, if the tail gets caught and it's only caught right here, it'll never be visible. As long as you trim out the really obvious stuff, you're never going to have a problem. It's the rest of it. There we go. As long as it's only caught in the first stitch or two, you're not going to have a problem. Don't catch there, because of the way it's going to sew up when it's finished. So don't let the tail getting tangled panic you. If you catch it, okay. By the time I realized it was tangled, I was already like up to here, and I didn't want to come back. Yeah, it's my machine. Now I'm going to clean it. It's still sewing fine. I'm going to clean it. This machine to clean it. Let's turn that back off again. This machine to clean it, I have to get in behind here. Right there. There's a hole right there. I got to undo the screw and pop this whole piece off, then get into here. It's not as bad as it sounds. I'm just going to, I hear you. Hear him? He's pissed. He showed up late for lunch. He showed up late for lunch, and now he's like, where's my food? That's an adult crow. When you hear that ratcheting sound I don't know if you remember. Oh, you may not have been in at the time, Trish, but when you hear the ratcheting sound, that sounds like somebody's trying to crank something up, that's usually a juvenile. I can't tell where it's coming from. I am going to, yeah, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna finish these two, and then I'm gonna open this guy up. It's probably just really dirty. Oh yeah, he's hungry. Yeah, he's hungry. He's like, "Where's my food? Where's my food, bitch?" There's always something. I try not to put. I do put out bread. They say don't feed bread to the birds, but the issue is if you're feeding birds regularly. Hey Robin, how you doing? It's going good. I'm just finishing up this, and I gotta take this machine apart and clean it. There's a clicking noise. Trisha can hear it. I don't know if anybody else. It's not a hugely loud noise, but it's a noise that shouldn't be happening. So I'm going to finish these two, which is fine. It's still stitching okay. I think it's just got a little bit of dust clicking against something and making a bit of noise. But I'm going to pop it. I already know I have to clean it. No, it's going good. We're kind of slowing down right now. Got a bunch of shit has happened all in a very short period of time. Lisa's books are shipping. She got her author copies. Oh yes, we did. We got it. Lisa's got it in the back. I think she's going to use it for her. I think there's a Lenormand study coming up for her membership. I'm pretty sure she's using it for that, and I'm not sure. I think she's also going to be. I think she's showing it on her next roundup. But yeah, she thought it was really cute. Do you have the link? Do you have that? Robin has Toadstool Tarot. Robin has a Lenormand deck. That you've had that out for a little bit now, haven't you? It's on. So I make playing cards. Is that where it is? I don't want to say the wrong thing, but yeah, he's got a Lenormand deck out, and Lisa's doing a Lenormand study soon. It's a cute little deck, easy to look at. Okay, so anyway, we're gonna just put that in the corner. Yeah, I'm not going to do it. This is what happens. Yeah, it's a cute deck, though. So anyway, we're going to open this guy up. Cleaning a sewing machine. Be right back. I got to get the oil, though. Science lesson of the day is capillary action. Capillary action is that thing. Okay, if you put a piece of thread into a glass of water and then let that piece of thread dangle down, right? You do that, put a piece of thread into a glass of water and let that dangle down, right? Then the water will absorb up the thread, reach the top, and then gravity will pull it back down, and you can fill up a second glass, and they'll keep doing that. So anyway, this is my little oily guy, and the capillary action of this narrow tube. This tube is narrow enough to create capillary action, which means that, okay, where we go? I guess you're going over there for now. The tube is narrow enough to create capillary action, which means that the oil goes up this little tube, and because it's got nowhere to go, then drains down the outside. It drains back down all the outside, and because this is sewing machine oil, which is just a nice silicone oil, so I keep the tube up high, so it's not actually. This is important. I keep the tube up high so it's not actually in the oil, but I also keep it in the kitchen because if for some reason I forget and do this and have it actually in the oil, I will come back to a big oily, greasy mess wherever I happen to set this. And if you get this oil onto your fabric, whatever piece of fabric gets the oil on it has to go in the garbage. That is my TED Talk for today. So the oil, I went and got it. And put that back on straight stitch. Is this one going to go in or do I have to go get another? That's not going to go in, is it? That is so. Okay. So this is pretty easy. This machine has a piece that comes right out the edge. I'm going to do a full cleaning because I know for a fact that it's been a while. The one thing I like, and I'm going to love about having my Janome back. Come on, keep going. The one thing I'm going to like about having my Janome back is my Janome. This is on a hinge and it just swings open. Anyway, I've known for. I'm just trying really hard to not lose that screw, so I'm setting it way over there out of the way. Once the screw is out, take your time, pop that off. This probably isn't the problem, but there's a couple of spots in there that you can oil. That comes out. I have a little stubby screwdriver because the screwdriver that comes with this is like the shittiest screwdriver known to man. I don't have to take this off. It just makes it easier. You can do it with, you can leave this guy on if you want. You don't have to take it off. It just makes it, depending on what you're doing, or on my Janome, I have to take this off to get to the switch that pops up the plate. My Janome is so much better because it's got a little thing in here. You pull it open, you flip the thing, and this just pops right off. This is on a hinge. Super easy to get to all your stuff. I'm just opening the whole thing up because it's, if you have a sewing machine and you can learn to do this yourself, you can save yourself a lot of money. This is an electronic sewing machine. If it has a light up panel, it's electronic. Now, Canadian prices, but it's $150 a pop to get these professionally cleaned. So if you know for a fact, I don't know for a fact yet, I'll still have to double check. It's probably just, I'm 99.999% certain that this just needs a cleaning, right? So yeah, this needs a cleaning. Sorry about the top of the head. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me get this out. A couple of good paintbrushes. They don't need to be special high-end brushes, but yeah, look at all the dust. Look at all the shit that's coming out of this. Look at that. Look at all the dust. That's a lot of dust for a machine this size. So anyway, there we go. So the only thing that you care about for this, and sometimes, where is it? Where is it? I'm not finding it right this second. Okay. I'm not finding it right this second. Maybe I've lost it. Makeup brushes, old makeup brushes that have been cleaned. Yeah, it's expensive. Okay, old makeup brushes are amazing for this. So what you want to do is, I don't know how to describe it. You do not want to use any pressure. You don't want to use any pressure. Don't forget the tips. I'm just picking up dust. So the tips of this is just really good at picking up the dust. I'm lightly going through, getting what I can see, getting the obvious, right? And then I'm going to get under here. My garbage pail is just right under me here. So 3 best cleaning tools. I'm going to pick up the bigger clots of dust. I've got a garbage over here too. I'm going to pick up the bigger clots of dust. I'm going to take my time. Let's just see if I can, bring this around to a better view. Okay. Do you see how opened up I don't know if you should be able to see something, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. All right. Oh, there we go. Okay. This here is where this little section here is where the top thread gets grabbed and pulled around. So you want to make sure that there's no dust in that section. But you just want to go slow. A makeup brush is really good for this because you do not want a brush that's going to leave, you don't want a brush that's going to leave a ton of bristles behind, because then you'll just cause other problems, right? Because it doesn't take a huge ton I'm going to just run, there's a little section right there. I'm just running the brush in there because this very center dot here, that very center dot here usually has a sponge in it, which you, whatever you see in this dot right here in the center, that dot, whatever you see in that dot, do not remove it. Okay. Check your owner's manual. I know you guys either already know this or you're not about to touch it yourself anyway. I just get into everything a little bit and don't agonize too much. You're going to put a single dot of oil right there. Actually, I haven't cleaned this in nearly long enough. This is the most obvious part. Okay, that's done. Tweezer's handy. I'm going to rotate this slowly. I'm down at the end here. Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys can see it. Yeah, basically under the hood, oiling my tractor. Okay. I will say that if you have a really expensive machine, do it professionally the first couple of times, especially while it's still under your basic warranty. Because don't forget, okay, like my Janome is a $3,000 machine. This is only this. I forget how much I paid for this. This is currently an $800 and some odd dollar machine. So I'm just down here turning this manually, right? But what I'm doing is I'm watching this cup here. I'm watching this circular section here, and I'm just looking for clots of dust because dust can form up in little clots. If I'm not sure, I'm also going to like just brush it lightly. It'll pull up anything that's been missed so far. Yeah, see, a little tiny bit got missed. Okay. So what you want to do, if you're going to clean it yourself, you're dabbing. You are not, that's too much pressure. Okay. You're just dabbing and letting the bristles grab the dust. There's very little under here that you would need to use any pressure on, but there are, I'm not going to be able to get close enough to show you anything that's going to make sense. There are little tiny springs and stuff under here. So if you start getting really aggressive, like, oh, I'm going to dig my way down to if you start getting really aggressive, you could break or dislodge some of the springs, and then you have to take it in to be professionally realigned, whatever. So that's what you're going to do. That's that. That part's done. Okay, this is a little cup I was telling you about. This you can be a little bit more aggressive with, obviously. Just brush it out. Don't let the dust fall from there back under your machine. So you're just going to go like this. Do not lose it. Don't lose it. Okay. So, now this has a hole in it. Right there. Has a hole in it right there. For day to day, what you really should do is apparently I'm not gonna pop it in. If this isn't going in the way you want it to, and you can just kind of move the bottom a little bit. Don't be rough on it. Of course, first thing I do. There we go. So that hole lines up with that other hole that I pointed out. That hole lines up with this hole so that you can oil it. You can oil it directly just by putting a drop of oil in this hole. I just like to get it opened up and do it manually. So I'm going to put, the reason why you use these, the reason why this is better is because when they say a drop of sewing machine oil, they literally mean just a drop. They do not mean oil. They do not mean a ton of oil. They mean a drop of oil, and that's it. But one thing that I do, let me get my other brush. I keep two of these little guys. They're easy to tell apart. This one's super beat up. Okay. I take the super beat up guy, whichever one I feel like abusing at the time. I put the cup back in. Okay. And I'll either put a drop of oil on the brush. This is something for later. This is something you're not supposed to have to do, but I do it anyway. And I carefully squeeze out a tiny amount of oil right there, because it's going to be just slightly here. The top of this rubs against the bottom of that. The tiniest bit of oil just helps that move better. And if you drop your thing, that clicking is gone. So the clicking came from underneath. Okay. Foot back up. One other thing you should do while you're under the machine is drop your foot and trigger the, if you have an inside thread cutter, drop it. Watch this section really carefully. That's where the thread cutter is, and watch it and look for sign. I don't want to pull on that. I personally do not want to pull on that or cause problems. So I just do it that way. I don't touch it. I'm just going to put a little bit more oil on the brush. Come on, there's the oil. Sorry, a lot of bubbles came up first. Tiniest bit of oil. I do not want to get that oil everywhere. I just want the tiniest bit of oil to be underneath this lid. Whoops, that needs to go back up. Needle always has to be up when you're putting this in. I just want the tiniest bit of oil because it just helps that stay smoother. And it's great. Life is good. Life is good. We're good. Okay, now the top part of the machine. I'll put the whole thing back together later. There we go. We're going to use that. We're going to put a brighter light on it. No, we're not, because I can't see a fucking thing. I don't usually use that light. Okay, so the top part of the machine, really simple. I can actually hear that it's dry. Oh, see you later. See you later, Trish. So I can actually tell that it's dry just by listening to it, because you just get the hang of that. So I'm going to put it onto a decorative stitch. I don't care what one. There, that'll work. Okay. So for the decorative stitch, watch this guy right there. Watch that right there. Oh, yeah, it's down. What's going on? There we go. So all that's moving. I do want it to have slight lubrication. Okay. So the only thing that if you are under warranty and don't want to have an issue, you do not want to have a ton of oil going here. So you're just going to put the tiniest drop again. The only reason why I'm oiling it is because this machine's like 3 years old now. For the first couple of years, you won't have to touch this at all if you have a new machine. There we go. So that's fine. Come on. Okay, one of the noises just went away. It doesn't really matter what brush I use for this. I want to get in here. I can see some dust. You can also get in there with the blower, which I should have used first. Any opening, there's the opening up here where your bobbin threader is. There's the opening here where the thread goes around. I just give it, I've already got the air out. I might as well give it a blast. So the only other thing is you've got a mechanism right there. Yeah, you can see it moving. It's right there. It's there. There's armatures that move all over the place. So you want your manual will tell you exactly where to put the necessary amount of oil. My machine's getting older now, so I'm putting unnecessary little bits of oil in spots that, because the machine's older, I want to make sure that it's Oh, that one dry sound, that one weird sound went away. Another problem solved. And then the other one, there's a spot there. Okay, come on, you go there. The trick with this is to make sure that you're aware of where the thread goes versus where the equipment goes. So I'm like there's no oil that I've put in that's going to be in an area that's touched by the thread. Now that one there, oh, that goes up. I am not going to advocate for oiling the piss out of your machine the way, well, I'm going to advocate for oiling the piss out of your machine if you have an older machine. But make sure that whatever you're oiling it with lets you have a teeny tiny droplet of oil will keep your machine happy and healthy for a long time. And come on. Okay, this is detecting that there's no thread, so it's stopping. There's nothing wrong with what's happening here. Okay, where's the other one? That one. There's still a dry sound. I'm trying to figure out where it's coming from. Okay, so the machine itself, the thread all stays from here forward. That holds the thread. That piece there holds the thread. So this here and forward has thread. Nothing. Thread's not touching anything in the back. So you can still be. Oh, there it is. Okay, so. Okay, there we go. So just keep in mind that oiling the piss out of your machine is like 6 drops of oil. There's not a lot of oil happening here. It looks like I'm putting in a lot, but I'm putting the tiniest drop, and I'm being the reason why I love this long extension on the bottle is because it's long. I can reach what I want. It's really narrow, so I have a lot of control over how much oil I'm putting on at any given time. And except for the issues with storage, it's super easy. If you're going to take on the chore of oiling your machine's not that hard. It really isn't. And you don't have to use a lot of oil. The only spots that you have, okay, your manual will tell you exactly where you have to. Did you ever? Nope. I've never worked in a piecework factory. I don't know that I would have lasted if I had tried. But no, I just have too much DIY, too much DIY stuff. But no, oiling your machine is oiling and basic cleaning is actually really easy. It's scary because a high-end machine. There are sewing machines out there that cost $10,000 to $15,000. So that would be like, it's one thing to put oil in your car, but that's like, a lot of us nowadays won't take on the job of an oil change because my car's, I've got $100,000 car. I don't want to waste that kind of, I don't want to wreck anything. Right. It's the same thing. If you spend a shit ton of money on your machine and you don't have a mechanic, most people don't have mechanical aptitude. There's nothing wrong with that. But if I were, okay, like my Janome, I am a lot more careful how I still put the extra oil in and stuff like that. But I'm a lot more careful I'm a lot more careful to oil it. I still do the extra stuff. I need to say this right. I still do the extra stuff, but I am a hell of a lot more careful. Like the Janome, my Janome is a $3,000 machine, which is still not considered to be. It's not necessarily considered to be super high end. So when I'm cleaning that machine, I'm a lot more diligent about cleaning it more often. About being I think I've been pretty careful with this machine. But I clean it more often. I spend more time looking very, very carefully to make sure that I'm not touching things that I shouldn't. I don't know. I'm not sure how to fully. Okay, where'd it go? Why are you not doing? There you go. this, I will say, sometimes I swear, this is why I take that off, because as I'm flipping this around, sometimes I swear that sewing machines were invented by a man who doesn't like women very much. Anyway, keeping a machine clean is and like I said, makeup brushes are best for this because they don't tend to lose bristles everywhere. The last thing you want is to lose a bristle and how it's hard to describe, but a little tiny bit of dust, if it drops into the wrong spot, can cause a bunch of issues. Okay, it's making its regular noise. It's making its regular noise, but that weird clicking is gone. And I know now that I now know that everything else was done properly. Which one did I do? I did that one. Doop, 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 doop. So I can get back to finishing this up. That wasn't the one I picked. That was the one. Is that it? Yep, that was it. I have to make that one smaller though. There we go. Okay. Well, it's 4:45. Lisa should be home any minute now. That's okay. Get my pot back over here. Put the oil away. So like I said, if you're going to get, it's now singing again. Exactly. I will say that a lot of people that have, I swear to God, I would, if I had a way to advertise myself, I would absolutely, $60, $70 a pop, just come in, take apart your machine, clean it for you. I could make such a business doing that because right now it's getting my Janome cleaned. Okay. I got it cleaned and the timing reset that by just the last time I took this in for a cleaning, it was still like 2 months. The waiting list for basic cleaning is crazy. The waiting list for a basic cleaning is absolutely crazy. And the number of people, there's nothing wrong with not knowing how to do a basic cleaning, but there's nobody, maybe that's what I should do. I should start a business where I come out to your house, walk you through a basic cleaning. This might be fun. I'm a social person. I would love to find something. I would love to find a way to make sewing more social, right? That's why I do these live streams. That'd be a fun little sideline. I come in, I walk you through how to do a basic cleaning together. Because doing a basic cleaning, like you heard that click, if I ignore that click, then I don't know how long I've got before I have to take it in for a service at $150. Oh, shit. Always thread your machine with the needle up. With the foot up, this up, and the needle up. If you don't, you're going to have a tangle. There's my wife.
I exist.
Lisa exists again.
Hello.
Okay, so I guess it's time. This is perfect timing. I've got it rethreaded. After I have torn apart my machine, first thing you want to do, where did I put my, it's all over there. Okay, so anyway, there it is. Whew, scare myself. After you tear apart your machine for a cleaning, the first thing you're going to do is you're going to grab some scrap. Well, let's do that. And test it. Yep, it's fine. You're just gonna grab it. Hi, Kaz. Oh, nice. Oh, you haven't even opened the box yet? Oh, well, if you haven't opened the box yet, you will want to. I have no idea. Oil actually like hardens and does weird shit over time. So if it's been a few years, you're probably going to want to open it up. I am happy to. I've got to clean my machines on the regular. I am happy to schedule a live stream around opening up and cleaning a machine. if that's something that people are interested in. But I could probably turn it into a sideline to come out. Oh, yeah, moving doesn't help. I could, that's something I should look into. Like, I'll come out to your house, walk you through self-maintenance for cleaning and what to look for. And because I will say that, you're just hanging around the fabric store, and somebody's like, oh yeah, my machine's in for cleaning because I don't know how to do that. And it's like, you're spending $150 for something you can. Okay, I spend $150 for a thorough cleaning. Sooner or later, you're going to reach a point where you're going to go, okay, the Janome went in because I fucked up the timing when I had a really bad tangle, right? But you know what? The first thing I did was, before I decided that was a problem, I did open it up and give it a thorough cleaning, as thorough as I can do at home. But like, there was a thing. I read a thing. I don't know how long ago it was. I'm going to give the wife a couple minutes. She's just taking off her stuff and checking on the dogs and doing whatever she does when she first comes home. But no, I've talked to people like for the amount of sewing I do, I should be having my machine professionally cleaned once every 6 months. It's like, so wait a second. So that means, yeah, there you go. So according to the rules, I am supposed to be sending my machine in every 6 months for a professional clean, but I have to wait in line for 3 months to get it clean. So that means by default that I should be scheduling. The Janome comes back and I don't know. Okay, the way they do it here is you schedule your service, and then when your service date arrives, shit, I gotta make sure I don't pull out the wrong one. You schedule your service, and then on your service date, you take it in a few days before. Like I fucked up my Janome 3 months ago, but it's been sitting here the whole time, and then I just take it in. So that's fine. But according to the rules, I should have at least one machine lined up for service pretty much constantly. It's like, and I only take mine in now when I'm having a problem. Okay, the little clicking noise is still there. And it's going away because the oil is working into wherever it needed to be. Yeah, it's still clicking a bit. But now I know. I mean, and it's lucky for me that I've got multiple machines. I've got 3 machines. I've got 2 of these because when I had Rose working with me, right? When I had Rose, that didn't go on right. When I had Rose working with me, I bought a second identical machine so that we were always working with the same machine, doing the same things. I have got to. This is why I said these machines are made by people who don't like women. Oh, wait, maybe it'll snap in. I can't tell where it is. This didn't go back on right. It's off center. It's off a little bit. I got to redo it. I have to loosen it, snap it into place, and redo it. But anyway, by the way, this cover does nothing. It's for safety. It's to keep your hands and other debris away from the moving parts. If you're like, I can leave this exactly as is, even though it's not on right, and it will not affect anything. Anyway. Okay, it should let me do it. Nope, it's not gonna let me do it. Okay, anyway. What did I skip? Yeah. Come on, get in there. There they are. This will hold on by itself, by the way. It will for most machines. I just like to keep my hand up there because I don't want to like bump it or make it shift or something like that. So I just keep a hand on it just in case. There we go. There. I think we're in now. These covers are fiddly. Oh, Blue, your timing sucks. I'm just going to put this screw back in and say goodbye. But that's okay. That is okay. I will definitely catch you on another one. No, I just today was kind of a catch-up day anyway. It was just me getting I had odds and ends to clean up. I had stuff that was part done sitting in a corner somewhere that needed a bit of work. So I wasn't going super crazy with stuff. I just I was going super catch up. I got a bunch of stuff done though. These are I'm gonna finish these. I'm gonna say hi to the wife and see what she's up to, and then finish these. I just got 3 more of those to go, so those will be done. Those just need to be strung, which means I have bags for the next time I pop stuff up. But anyway, I'm saying goodbye. I gotta go. I've got to go. The wife is going to be done changing soon, and then I got to see how I got to be nice to her, and hey, how was your day? I love you. All that married stuff. So I'm going to get going. I will see you guys in the next one, and in the meantime, you guys have a great weekend, and I'll see you soon. Bye.